Hello guys, so we are going to continue a discussion with respect to statistics. In our previous video, I had actually shown you how we can work with get and post. We had actually created one form.html. We filled some of the information in the name field and then we were able to get that particular information in this slash form, right? Like slash form. Now, one more thing that I really want to show you over here, in this form method, you also have something like action parameter. Now inside this action parameter, whatever URL you give, you can directly go ahead and hit it over here. Let's say if I go ahead and hit slash form, here you can see that I'll be hitting this particular form itself. Let's say if I go ahead and copy this same thing and paste it over here, and let's say that I want to go ahead and create my submit form, then I can actually do this. Okay. So here what I will do, instead of writing slash form, I will just go ahead and write slash submit, right? So what will happen is that when this entire page is basically getting loaded, if I click on the submit button, it will go ahead and hit the slash submit route. Okay. So let me just go ahead and execute this and see whether this is working fine or not. So here I'm going to just go ahead and write Python get post.py. Once we execute this, so okay, I'm getting an error. Let's see. Okay, the function name is same. I'll just go ahead and change the function name because I just copied and pasted it. So here I'll just go ahead and write submit. Perfect. Now I think it should not give us an error. Okay. So if I go ahead and execute it, so yes, my Flask app has been started. So let's go ahead and click over here. Let me go ahead and write slash form. Oops. Slash form. Okay. So if I go ahead and write this, now I'll just go ahead and write Krish C Naik. Okay. Once I click the submit button, it is hitting the slash submit button over here. See over here, slash submit, and then basically it is hitting the slash submit route, and from this we are able to extract the name and we are able to display it, right? So this is what we discussed in the previous video. Now what we are going to do is that we are going to go ahead and continue with the discussion. So in this video, what we are going to discuss about is that how you can build URL dynamically, and second thing that we are going to discuss in this is about Jinja to template engine. Both are very important. You can probably say a module in developing a web application using Flask. So we'll be discussing about both of them. Okay. Just to give you an idea, right now we are able to get this particular name over here, right? Now, once we get this name, we should be able to, redirect it to a HTML page. Let's say from here, I will go ahead and redirect to an HTML page. And after I redirect to an HTML page, I should be able to pass this particular information dynamically to my HTML page where I will be able to display it. Okay, so that is my entire task. Right now, I'm just going and displaying it over here. I'm just saying, hey, return this particular name. But what will be my task is that I will go ahead and call render template and call an HTML page. And in that HTML page, I will pass this specific information. And that is where your Jinja 2 template engine will come into working. And in this video, we are going to discuss about three main important topics. One is building URL dynamically. Then you have about something called as variable rule. And then you also have something about Jinja 2 template engine. Now with the help of this Jinja 2 template engine, any information that I get from the form, right? So let's say I want to probably take this entire name and pass it to my HTML page, I will be able to do it. And that is where your Jinja 2 template engine will work. And we'll go one by one, step by step. First of all, we'll see what is building URL dynamically. Then we'll see variable rule. Then we'll see Jinja 2 template engine. So let's go ahead and let's go ahead with step by step. Okay. Now, first of all, let me just quickly go ahead and copy this entire code. Okay. I will just paste it over here. Okay. Let's say I don't require this form. Okay. I'll just keep this slash submit. Now I will just go ahead and write app.route. Okay. So I will just go ahead and write app.route. Now inside this app.route, I will go ahead and make one URL, which is called as success. Okay. So with respect to this particular URL, that is success. Okay. What I am actually going to do is that I'll pass some parameter. Okay. So let's discuss about that particular parameter over here. Let's say in this success, I am just going to make sure that I pass some value. And now in order to pass that value, I'll just go ahead and write score. Okay. And I'll keep it like this. Okay. Right now, the first topic that we are discussing over here is something called as variable rule. Okay. Now, what exactly is variable rule? I'll just talk in some time. Okay. Now here you will be able to see that I am able to provide one parameter. Okay. Now what I will do, I will go ahead and create my function. And inside this function, what happens is that as soon as I probably provide a parameter over here, right, I will be able to read this parameter inside this particular function. So if I go ahead and write return, let's say the marks is, okay, the marks you got is, I will just use a comma along with string operation. Okay, I'll just say, hey, this is my string operation, and I'll just go ahead and use a string, or by default, whatever parameter I'm actually giving, that will be considered as a string. So now let me just go ahead and execute it. Now in order to execute it, so what I will do, I will go ahead and write python jinja.py. So let's see whether it will work fine or not. So I'll just go ahead and click this link. Okay. After I click this link, I will be able to get this HTML page. Now I'm just going to write slash and my route was success, and let's say I'll give some value 55. So here you can see you are able to display this, the marks you got is 55. Okay. Now one important thing over here is that this value that I'm specifying over here is default a string value. Okay. Now since it is a string value, let me just go ahead and close this for time being. Okay. Terminal. Now if it is a string value, you'll be able to see that I will be able to give it directly over here. But now what if I just go ahead and say that, hey, you need to give an integer value over here, right? I will just go ahead and write something like this. Hey, you need to give an integer value over here, right? It will not be considered as string. Now, if I try to execute it now, right? If I try to execute it now the problem will be that, will I be able to get any problem? So that is what we are going to see over here. So now if I just go ahead and write slash, okay, slash, and let me just go ahead and write success and 55. So here you can see I'm getting a type error. Can only concatenate string, not integer. The reason is very much simple. Over here, what we have actually done, we have just given a integer value. We are saying that we are assigning a rule. Like the parameter that you really need to give over here should only be an integer. That's it. It cannot be a string. Now what I really need to do is that I really need to typecast this particular parameter. So whenever we are passing any parameter over here, right, and we are saying we are assigning a rule to a variable, that okay, you only have to give an integer value, or you can only give a float value, something like that, right? So this basically is called as variable rule. Okay, so here we are restricting a parameter with respect to the data type that we are passing it over here. Okay, so this is one basic example to understand about variable rule. Okay, now let's go ahead and talk more about building URL dynamically. So these are some small topics, but building URL dynamically is very much important. Now what I will do, I will just go ahead and create this particular variable. Okay, and here I'm giving the score. Now let me just go ahead and write one condition. Let's say that I'll go ahead and create my result, and inside this result I'll say, hey, if score is greater than 50. Okay, if my score is greater than 50 or greater than or equal to 50, I'll say, hey, make the result is equal to pass. So this will basically be pass. Okay, now this is my condition. Else I will go ahead and say, hey, else result is equal to fail. Okay, I'm saying that if my score is greater than 50, then you just make the result as pass, otherwise you make the result as fail. Okay, now this is a bit very much easy right now. Okay, now here what I can actually do, here I will say is that I will try to return this particular result to my HTML page. Okay, so for this I will go ahead and write return render template. Okay, and here let me just go ahead and create my result.html. Okay, now when I'm redirecting to my result.html page, obviously I need to also give this particular value which is called as result. Okay, so here what I will do, I will create a parameter which is called as results. Okay, and I will assign that particular parameter this value, the res value that I'm assigning it over here. Okay, Now I don't have results.html. See over here, do I have any result.html? The answer is no. So let me just go ahead and create my result.html. Okay. Now once I create this particular file result.html, now I need to read this particular value over here, right? Now how do I do it? So let's say, and that is where your Jinja 2 template engine will work, because now this particular value is a kind of data source. It has some kind of data. I need to take this particular data and display in the result.html. That is the most important thing. Now the basic way of displaying this result is just by using this double bracket and closing bracket, and that is what Jinja 2 template engine is all about. Okay, there are also other ways how you can probably display the result over here. So let me just go ahead and talk about one of the way. So here I will just go ahead and call that same result variable that I created over here. So it is results. Okay, I will say, hey, the marks you got is, okay, or sorry, based on the marks you have passed or failed. So passed or failed will basically be getting replaced by this result. So let's see. Now we will try to run this. Okay, we will try to run it and we'll try to see it whether everything is working fine or not. So I will just go ahead and add Python Jinja 2. Let me just go ahead and quickly open a browser, and here I will just say, hey, 127.0 with 5000 is a default port, and now I'm just going to write success 55. So based on the marks you have passed, right? So here you can see you have passed, right? I know spelling is the sentence may not be right, so I will just go ahead and try to do the same thing over here. So I'll say, hey, based of the marks you have instead of writing over here, I'll say passed, I will say failed. Okay, done. Right now, if you go ahead and see it, and if I try to reload it, now here you can see based on the marks you have passed. Now what has actually happened? When I gave 50 marks 55 over here, it went and compared this, then it saw the result variable over here. Then with the help of render template, we redirected to the result.html, and result.html is nothing but this specific part, right? And where we have actually created one additional variable which is acting like a data source, because it has some value over there, and that same value is basically getting displayed over here. Now this is about Jinja 2 template engine. So let me just go ahead and write over here. Okay, so here you can write, so see Jinja 2. So quickly I will just stop this. So I will just go ahead and write Jinja 2 template engine. Okay, template engine. Here there are multiple ways. I will just go ahead and write a comment. There are multiple ways specifically to read the data source from the backend in the HTML page. So the first way which we have discussed is this one, right? So this is nothing but, this is basically expressions to print output in HTML. Okay, so these are some of the expressions. If I just use two bracket opening and closing, and if I write anything inside that, that basically becomes an expression. The second one that we can also use is this one, right? So this is nothing but, let's say if you have any conditional statement, so you can write all the conditional statement inside this kind of braces. So I'll say conditional statement, or you can have like for loop, if condition, while loop, anything you can specifically. And the third thing that you can basically use in Jinja 2 template engine is your comment section. So you can basically go ahead and write comment in this way. Okay, single line comments. So this is for comments. Now I'll show you both the example, and then we'll discuss more about it. Okay, so now let's quickly do one thing. Okay, let me just copy the same thing. Okay, and let me paste it over here with my another route. So here I'll just go ahead and write success underscore results. Okay, or I'll say success results. Okay, let's say this is my URL, and here I'm giving int score. Okay, now this is fine. Okay, here I've written a condition: if score is greater than or equal to 50, else result is result is equal to pass, result is equal to fail. Now what I'll do over here is that I will just go ahead and create one expression, or this expression is nothing but it will be my dictionary. So here I will just go ahead and write the score is nothing but whatever the score parameter is there. And second, I'm basically going to create my result or res. this will be assigned to this particular result value. Okay. So this becomes my key value pairs where I'm giving two parameters. One is score and one is result. Once I get this particular expression, what I will do, I will pass this expression over here. Okay. Now see the magic, what will specifically happen. And this time, let me just go ahead and create another HTML page, not in the same HTML page. So here I will just go ahead and write result1 HTML page. So here you can go ahead and write result1.html page. Okay. Now inside this result.1 HTML page. Okay. Now the thing is that I need to read this particular expression, and you know the expression over here, the value it has is in the form of key value pairs. Now if it is in the form of key value pairs, you have to probably write a for loop. Now for writing a for loop, I can use this condition. Okay. And that is what I'm actually going to show you, how you can go ahead and write this condition. So I'll go to my result.1 HTML. Let's say this is my HTML tag. Okay. I will just go ahead and say, hey, this becomes my h2 tag. I will say, hey, these are my final results. Okay. And let me just go ahead and use something like a table. Okay. So first of all, let me just go ahead and create my body tag. These are some of the basic skeleton in HTML. Now what I will do, I'll say, hey, use a table border. Okay. Width is equal to 2. Okay. And now with respect to this particular border, I'll just go ahead and use a numerical value. Okay. I will just close this border tag also. Okay. Now here inside this border, from the expression that I am actually getting, I will just go ahead and use a key value pairs specifically with the help of for loop. So for that, I will be using this conditional, right? So this is what I have to use, right? Now my entire expression, like how we write our code in Python language. So I can go ahead and write for key comma value in whatever results we are getting dot items, because this is a dictionary, right? So I'm just go ahead and write for key comma value in results dot items. Okay. And here I will just go ahead and create my tr tag. Okay. And with respect to tr tag here, I will go ahead and print it. See, this is the beautiful thing, right? I'm just going to write this particular code. It is just like writing a code in the backend, right? And just by using this, I'll be able to use the conditional statement. Now, let's say if I also want to go ahead and use my comment section, I can go ahead and write like this, hash. So this is the comment section. Okay. And I'll close it over here, right? Now, let's go ahead and read the key value pairs, right? How we can actually read it. Let's say that I'll go ahead and make my table header, and this will basically be my key, right? So here I'll be reading my key. And similarly, here I will use a tr tag, and here I will be using my value, right? So see, I'm combining both, right? How you can read this both, right? So here you have for key comma value and result dot items, and then this is the comment section, and I'm reading the key and value over here. And finally, after the tr, we can also close this. In order to close this, whatever loop you have specifically used, let's say I've used for loop, I'll go ahead and write end for, right? If I'm using if condition, I can go ahead and write if, right? It is up to you, whatever condition you specifically want to write, right? Let's say over here in my result.html, right? Over here, it says that based on the marks you have, or let me just give you one more example with respect to if condition also. But right now, let's see for for. So for what I've done, I've used this particular condition, right? Opening and closing over here for key value pairs in result dot items. Then I have written this particular comment. So this will basically run entirely with a for loop, and we can add any number of th and tr, right, based on the number of records that we are specifically getting. And finally, you'll be able to see that we are also closing this particular bracket. So now if I go ahead and execute it, now see, let's see whether it will work or not. So this is my function that I'm actually going to call this expression, that is success res. Okay. So let me quickly go ahead and see that. Okay. So I will just go ahead and open my template. Okay. Sorry, terminal. And here I'm going to go ahead and write Python jinja2.py. Okay, the function becomes same. So here I'll just go ahead and write success res. Okay, please make sure that you don't write for two routes the same function name. And here I will just go ahead and execute it. Now, if I go ahead and write success res with 55. Now see, okay, it says an unencountered tag and Jinja was looking for the following tag and for or else. Okay, so and for it is basically looking for. So what did I write? I made a space between them. Okay, so it should be and for. Now it should work fine. Let's reload it. So here you can see score 55 passed. Okay, so something has actually come, right? In my th or tr, that has been there in the confusion, but let's see why that confusion was there. Okay, and the first instance. So here you can see over here, I also gave the comment section. That comment section is not getting displayed. Okay, that is the beautiful thing about this, right? The comment section is also not getting displayed over here because this is completely hidden. So for this one, let's see whether this key value pairs are working perfectly or not. I have closed the tr tag over here. Okay, instead of just using this all things, I can also use an h1 tag or h2 tag. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, again, I'm not that proficient with html, so my data may not look perfect, right? So I'll just go ahead and write h1, and let me just go ahead and write my h2 tag. So h1 tag will be my this one, and h2 tag. Okay, so I don't have to even use this table body. I will also remove this table. Okay, now let's see this whether it will work or not. If I go ahead and reload it, so here you can see score 55, res, and passed. So all the information is basically coming up, right? So this is good. This is my result. This is my score that I'm actually able to get it. Perfect. So this was one way how you can probably display your items over here, right, with respect to your h1 tag and h2 tag. Now let me do one more thing. Let me just also show you an example with respect to if condition. So what I'm actually going to do is that I'll just copy this same. Okay, I'll paste it over here. Okay, now once I paste this, you'll be able to see. Let's say that I'm writing success int score. Let me see. I'll write example success, or the reason why I'm writing this is that I'll show you one more example. Okay, and this example is directly with if condition. Okay, so here you'll be able to see, I'll go ahead and write, this will be success with if. Okay, I'm going to give a score over here. This will be passed or failed. Instead of writing this condition, what I will do, I will directly pass this score over here. Let's see. I'll directly pass this score over here. Return this one, directly pass this particular score. Now result.html is something like this. Okay, here only I can go ahead and write this particular condition. So let me just go ahead and comment down this entire line. So here I can go ahead and write this particular condition. I'll say, hey, this is there, and I'll say if results is not equal to. Okay, so here I can just go ahead and see, I did not write any conditions over here, right? So I will just go ahead and say, hey, if results is greater than 50, okay, something like that. So I'll just go ahead and write if result is greater than or equal to 50. Okay, so this will basically be my first condition. If it is greater than or equal to 50, then I will just go ahead and print my h1 tag, and I'll say, hey, you have passed. Okay, you have passed. And otherwise, what I will do in the else section, okay, I'll write it like this. Inside this else section, I will just go ahead and open my h2 tag, and I'll say, hey, you have failed. You have failed. Okay, you can also go ahead and write like this. You have passed with marks, and I will use this too. And I'll say, I'll also display the results over here. Okay, and then you have failed with marks, and here also I can probably display it. Okay, now after doing this, I will just go ahead and write percentile and if. Done. Now based on this, your h1 or h2 tag, anything will be getting displayed. Either it will get displayed with pass or fail. Okay, and that is what I'm actually going to call over here. Okay, and first of all, I'm displaying this also, the complete result, what you will be getting. And then based on this, your h1 or h2 tag will get displayed. So let's go ahead and execute it. And now in the Jinja 2, it is success if. So I will just go ahead and write it over here. And now let me quickly write Python jinja2.py. Okay, success if. The function need not be same. Please make sure that, okay, it can be different. It has to be different. Cannot. It has to be different. So here you'll be able to see this. Now let me just go ahead and write success if, and here I'm just going to give some value. Let's say 55. URL, the request URL is not found. Why? Because success if, oops, let's see. So it has basically returned this entire to the result.html. I think it should work. Okay, it says if you entered, okay, it has got stopped. Let's see. URL rule string must be a string with a slash. Okay, slash is there. I've done that. So let's see, go ahead and execute it. Now, if I reload it, it says, hey, end of statement block got this one. Okay. Let's go ahead and see this. What is the error? If results is greater than this, we are basically ending if. And here you'll be able to see that I've also used the else block. Let's see whether it should be working fine. Now here, that is the reason, right? Always remember, after this particular bracket, I should not be giving space. Okay, so I'll not just I'll not just make sure that I don't edit this part, because you really need to see all the errors, right? So here you can see based on the marks, you have got this one 55. And here you can directly see that after that, lot of if condition has been basically applied, and you are able to see this particular message you have passed with marks 55, right? If I just go ahead and write 45, and if you execute it, you can see based on the marks you have 45. Now you have failed with 45 marks. So here what is basically happening, either this if condition is basically becoming true, or it is going to this else condition. So like this, with the help of Jinja 2 template engine, you will be able to integrate any backend code source, a data source with your HTML, and you can display anything that you really want. And in this video, as I said, we have discussed about all these three things in an amazing way, right? So I hope you are able to understand, and I hope you are able to understand each and every component, like how do we use a form, how do you use everything as such. Okay. One more thing that is pending, right, is something called as URL_for building dynamic URL. Now see, building URL dynamically, what we can actually do while building dynamic URL. Okay, let's say I have something like this. Okay, let's copy this. Okay, let's do one thing. Okay, I will take since I have actually created success and fail, right? So let's say for success, I have a different way of handling things, and I'll go ahead and create another over here like fail. Okay, so I'll just close this. So let's say this will be my fail. Okay, now in case of fail, I will create another function, and this is what building URL dynamically basically means. Okay, so here I'm actually going to give the score, render template, this. So let me just remove all these things. I will not be requiring over here. Okay, so I'll say, hey, go to the result.html and just display the score. Okay, instead of directly going to the result.html, okay, I can probably go ahead and just say, hey, I can go ahead and just write another function, get_result, let's say. And with respect to this, I will use a route. Now this route is very much important. So here I'm just going to write app.route. Now with respect to this app.route, what I am actually going to do over here is that I will just go ahead and probably just go ahead and create one of the route over here. And this route can be get results. Okay. And what I'm actually going to do is that I'm going to create one HTML page where I get my entire form. Okay. It can be index.html or anything. So I will just go ahead and I've prepared this particular HTML. So here I will just go ahead and say, hey, this is my get result.html. Okay. And inside this HTML, I'm just going to copy and paste this entire form. Now inside this entire form, you'll be able to see that I have science text box, max text box, C text box, data science text box. Okay. And in all this text box, I will go ahead and put some of my marks. And once I probably put some of the marks, I'll calculate the average marks over here. And based on the average marks, I will go to I'll say, hey, if it is greater than 50, I will probably go ahead and go to my success route. Otherwise, I'll go to my fail route. Okay, that is what I really want to do over here. Okay, So how do I specifically do it? How can I make sure that whatever result is there, how will I be able to get the form and all? Everything we'll be discussing in this particular video. Okay. So here, first, what I'm actually going to do is that we know that we are going to execute this. So here I'm going to use one of the method, okay, which is called as methods is equal to get and post. Okay. So here I'm just going to write post and get. Okay. It can also be a get method. Okay. Now, here I am basically written slash get results. Okay. Now in my HTML, so let me just go ahead and write slash underscore result dot slash get underscore result. Okay. I'm just going to call this. Okay. This in turn is going to call this particular page. Okay. Now, or instead of just writing like this and making more more difficult, let's go ahead and just use slash submit. Okay. Because I have a form page. So here I will also rename this to slash submit. Okay. Now I'll go ahead and execute this and paste it over here, the same thing. Okay. So as soon as I click on submit button, it is going to hit this. It is going to come over here. Now with respect to slash submit, as you all know, I have so many IDs, right? Like one ID is science, maths, then you have C, then you have data science. I need to read this particular value. And in order to read this particular value, I will just go ahead and write this particular condition. See this. Very simple. I think I've already discussed about it. I'll say, hey, initially my total score is so much. So, okay, let me do one thing. Okay. If total score is equal to, let me just, so I'll say I'll initialize a variable total score is equal to 0. I'll say, hey, if this particular method is nothing but it is a post. Okay. Then I will go ahead and read the values, each and every values from this particular form. Okay. Now I will probably get the science marks, maths marks, C marks, and data science marks. Okay. Once I probably get the marks, I will go ahead and calculate my total underscore score. Okay. And with respect to this total underscore score, I will just go ahead and write, I will take the science marks plus maths marks. Okay. And remember, I have also done the typecasting to float over here by default. Okay. The reason is whenever we write any form in our page, it will be capturing the data in string. And finally, I will go ahead and write my data science marks. Okay. So I will just go ahead and add this C plus data science. Once I add this, I will just go ahead and divide by 4. Now, once I divide by 4, you'll be able to see that I'll be getting my total score. Okay. Now, once I get my total score, what I'm actually going to do is that I'm going to redirect it. I'm going to return redirect. I think I've not used redirect over here. Let's see. Okay. So here we need to go ahead and use two parameter. One is redirect, one is URL underscore for. Now, what is the use of this? See guys, I know my success page has this particular condition. Okay. My fail page has this particular condition. Okay. I have all these conditions over here. Okay. Or let's say that if I'm just going to create a simple success, I want to just return this particular values to the result.html. Let's say, okay. What I will do is that from this submit button, I will redirect it to this URL slash success, or it can be slash success over here, slash fail over here. It is up to me wherever I really want to redirect it. Okay. And that is what I will probably be looking at. Let's say that if I have this particular value success result. Okay. Now here I'm going to say, hey, return redirect, and I'm going to use URL underscore for. And here I will say, hey, go ahead and use this success result. And I know what is the additional parameter that I need to give. This will be my score. My score is nothing but my total score. Okay. Now this will basically be my total score. So I will just copy and paste it over here. Okay. So this looks very much simple, right? I'm passing this total score over here, right? Now what will happen is that whenever I write redirect URL underscore for, first of all, redirect is just redirecting to that specific URL. And this URL underscore for will be responsible in building dynamically your URL. If I use URL underscore for with this particular name, in short, it is just going to redirect to this particular URL, right? To this particular route. And in this route, we are giving one int score, and this score, this total score is just going to get passed over here. And here we have just calculated the average score, right? Divided by 4, right? Now, once we give it over here, what it is going to happen, it is just going to check this condition and is going to display the information in the results, right? So this is how you can actually use URL underscore for creating dynamic URL, building dynamic URL, and also redirecting it by the help of redirect function. Okay. Now let's go ahead and execute and see if everything is working fine or not. So for this, first of all, what I really need to do is that I have this particular get result.html. Okay. So guys, now let's go ahead and run this entire code. So here I'm just going to write python jinja.py. So here everything is working fine. I'll just go to my terminal, and this is my URL. Now let me hit the URL over here. Okay. So this is my URL, and here I'm just going to use one of my, let's see which function I will be using. I'll just go ahead and hit this /submit. Okay. So now let me just go ahead and write /submit and execute it. So now here you can see I have all these options of inserting marks. So let me just go ahead and write 56, 65, C is 76, data science is 56. I'll go ahead and submit it. So it will go ahead and calculate the result. So here you can see final result score 63, result passed, right? Now let's go ahead and try one more. Okay. So here I will just go ahead and write 20, another 34, and let's go ahead and submit it. So result, final score, results 43, result is failed, right? How beautifully we are able to just construct our URL dynamically over here. Now see what has happened initially, right? Initially when I gave all these marks, it got calculated. If it is greater than 4, it is greater than 50. Okay, first of all, initially when I just went and hit /submit, right, I got this get result.html page. Okay. In the second time, when I went and filled all the form and submitted it, then I calculated a total score. Then this total score got redirected to the success result, okay, URL, which is another route. And over there, it went and checked for this condition if the score is greater than 50. Since it was greater than 50, we got this pass result along with the score value in our result1.html. Else, it got failed, right? So that is how you could see that this was one beautiful example of building URL dynamically. So all these things we have discussed about building URL dynamically, variable, rule, and Jinja 2 template engine. So I hope you like this particular video. This was it from my side. I will see you in the next video. Thank you.